Hey, how we all doing? Hope everyone's having a great day. You know, I've been digging into this Todd Frost case, and he's another guy that was convicted and nothing, nothing happened. I mean, he didn't do a thing. I mean, Francine Weaver is a woman that was found dead. He was convicted of murder, of her murder. There's only one problem. Before she was killed, she was the killer had sex with her, and the semen was found inside her. But the semen that was it was it was found inside her before she was killed, and check this out: the real sick, disgusting after she was killed. So the killer had sex with her, killed her, and then had sex with her again. That's disgusting. The DNA that came out belonged to a Romano, Mr. Romano, of Romano's Pizzeria. So how did Todd get convicted? He's a loner. He's a drifter. Basically knows that nobody has a little family at Rapids. But we know Romano probably paid the sheriff off to cover it up. And who was the sheriff at the time? Uh, our best friend, Brian Ellingworth was the sheriff at the time. There he is. His hands is into everything. That is the most crooked sheriff around. Every case I've done so far, Brian Ellingworth's name has come up. I mean, he admitted to killing Deidre Week, to hitting her with his truck. He admitted that. I got the DNA off his truck to back that up. And now, he sets up someone who basically isn't really part of the Rapids. Someone who's basically just passing through or decided to move there and live there because he heard it was a nice town. He meets a girl who had prior relations with a pizza owner who basically had sex with her, killed her, and had sex with her again. The pizza owner, Romano, Mr. Romano. Reminds me of 70s song. But anyway, well, that's Mr. Roboto, but same thing. Think about it. All the DNA points to Mr. Romano. Why was he not incarcerated? Why wasn't he not arrested? I can't find no legitimate reason why Todd was even arrested. His DNA, his fingerprints, anything about his person was not at the house found. But because he was seen with her earlier that day, that don't make a bit of sense. That's not even circumstantial evidence. Just like the Sauer case, they had no circumstantial evidence. They convicted him. They didn't even have a murder weapon. They used a fake murder weapon to convict him. But I'm gonna tell you, this gets better and better. Every case I dig up on, I started studying Todd Frost because I was using it as a reference for the John Sauer case on how the crime analyst lied about the analysis of the DNA. She said it belonged to Todd Frost, when in reality it belonged to Romano. It's the same crime analyst that was in the Every case. She lied in the Every case. She lied in the Frost case, and she lied in the Sauer case. And of course, Sheriff Ellingworth is a liar and a killer anyway. They had no reason. They didn't even have a reasonable doubt in the Todd Frost case or in the Sarver case, and they convicted these two guys on separate homicides. There was no proof they were even involved in. Even in their own police reports, you cannot find any evidence to support their claims that these two committed homicide in any way. Even under Wisconsin law, but see, Wood County don't go by Wisconsin law. They go by, you did it, that's it, you're done. See, from the time Todd Frost was arrested, the minute he was arrested, he was convicted. Same way with John Sarver. The minute he was, neither one of them, they could have had the president as their alibi, and they still would have been convicted. The analyst lied, is a liar. The actual murderer is still out there. I mean, anybody that knows this Romano guy who owns Romano Pizzeria, do you know that he's known for running women? He pimps women out all the time. He's got so many alleged rape accusations toward him. I mean, they never went anywhere because he had that money to pay everybody off. So they never went anywhere. But he had rape accusations toward him. And now a corpse is found. Francine Weaver is found dead. He's the last person. Romano's the last person to see her alive, dead, with his semen inside her before and after the death, which is kind of disgusting. Which is completely disgusting. But necrophilia, I'm sorry. I don't care how drunk I get. I can't do that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wanted a stiff one. Who knows? Wood County is a piece of work, you know that? I mean, there's a couple of cops out there, and only two of them that I would even, trust. And it's very, very, I'm very particular. Obviously, I've got something against Wood County because of all the crooked shit that's happened over the years, and no one's done anything about it. Well, actually, one of the cops I trust is actually retired now. So, but the one is still on the force. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to bring any bad karma to him, But see, they wanted me to come up and testify on the Sarver case, and most of my information at that time came from his dead sister. Now, I knew right away that they couldn't question me because they couldn't cross-examine his sister because his sister is deceased. But they still wanted me to come up anyway. See, they wanted me to come up there because I was going to have a tragic accident. That's the reason why they wanted me to come up there. And now that I'm digging into the Todd Frost case, because I put it out there, I'm digging into this case, and I'm going to try to somehow, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to somehow try to get a phone interview with this guy. I don't know anybody at the prison I can talk to. I don't know how to really have him call. He's going to have to call me. I have no idea how to call him. So, I haven't talked to him yet. So, but I'm just looking at his case, and the same analyst on every case that lied her ass off to get every convicted is the same analyst who lied in his case to get him convicted. It just don't make any sense. How are they allowing an analyst who has been proven to falsify information to still be a damn analyst? Why hasn't any of the feds ever stepped in? Why hasn't anybody... Why does it take someone like me, years later, to dig into these cases? Remember, these two people that got convicted for crimes that don't even point in their direction, just because they didn't, the system up there did not want their friends getting arrested for it, so they blamed two other innocent men who are doing life in prison for crimes they didn't commit. All you gotta do is you go online and you can read the reports yourself. I mean, they're public record. And I was gonna post them up here, but I said, nah, if you really want to know the truth, go online. But, you know, his whole due process was violated. He got no due process, neither did Server. Server got no due process either. Okay, for example, in the Server case, the only DNA submitted was Server's. Now, when a murder happens to a family member, all DNA, including and fingerprints, every family member who is involved in the court trial gets, a sample taken. It's the way they do things. Server didn't get that right. He didn't get his due process. He didn't get a right to, and basically, I'm pretty sure they did the same thing with Todd Frost. I'm almost positive they did the same thing with the Todd Frost. Only took his DNA. They took DNA of Romano, but of course they covered that stuff up. The analyst lied. They believed the analyst. They're Todd, you're convicted. You're gone away. Romano, I'll take an extra cheese pizza, please. That's basically how it was. Rumor has it now. There's nothing to back this up, but rumor has it that Romano goes out and kills people once in a while. Now this is just rumor, and he serves he's basically, to get rid of the evidence, he chops up the victims and puts the meat on the pizza. I mean, that's rumor. That's just rumor. So I don't know if it's true or not, but. And then he uses body parts in the making of the sauce and everything. It's just disgusting. Ever since I heard that, I never eat at his place, man. Hell no. It's supposed to be a family-friendly restaurant. I don't know. It don't sound so family-friendly to me. I mean, just rumors chase me away, But I mean, hell. One of the one of the other rumors I heard was an employee come in and was working one time. And he had someone's head boiling in a pot on the stove, and he was trying to make Lirdo head cheese from a human corpse. I mean, this is, of course, rumor, speculation. And even if it was true, hell, Illingworth would have covered that up in a heartbeat, But that's just hearsay, so. But, oh well. I'm Jim with Life's Adventures, keeping it real. Stay safe, stay good, and stay the fuck out of Wood County.